Hello and welcome to NMP650. My name is Christine Crofis, and I will be your professor, your instructor here in NMP650. I have had many of you in previous classes here in the NMP or SFP program, and I look forward to working with you in these final two classes. I will be teaching 650, and Sylvia DeHaas Phillips will be teaching 670, and we'll be working in conjunction with each other to make sure that your transition between these two classes is a smooth one. So welcome. That's my first message to you is welcome and congratulations for those of you who have been in the program for 2 years, or even if you've done it in 1 year, congratulations to making it to these final two classes, which will walk you through the final steps of completing the three major requirements for your degree program. Just checking my notes, sorry. So I just want to talk really briefly in this introduction video about the course structure here in 670 and to introduce you to the concept that 650 and NMP 670 have really been designed as sister courses. And at the end of which you will have completed all three of the major requirements for your degree program. The first of which, of course, is your capstone research paper and accompanying presentation. The second being the completion of your e-portfolio, which will be a representation of all of your work here in the NMP or SFP program. And in your initial classes, NMP 500 specifically, you probably were required to create your structure for your e-portfolio. And along the way, you've been encouraged to save sample assignments from each of your classes with the expectation that by the time you put together your final e-portfolio, you will have them organized and ready to populate your e-portfolio. The completion of the e-portfolio will take place in 670, not here in 650, as will the accompanying narrative essay, which is essentially your guide through your e-portfolio and through what has been your learning process here in the program. Both the e-portfolio and the narrative essay will be assignments that will be in 670. And Sylvia will walk you through those. So just be aware that those requirements are there, I believe, in the resource modules here in 650. There are PowerPoint presentations that will once again refresh your memory about what those two assignments entail, but we will not be doing and having any assignments here in 650 that pertain to either of those two assignments. We will, however, be doing the heavy lifting, as it were, the major intro part of your work on your capstone research and your capstone paper. In addition, here in 650, this is probably one of your final content courses. We will be examining Bowman and Deal's framework structure, their 4 frameworks for looking at and analyzing organizations. In particular, those 4 frameworks, as you'll read about, are the structural frame, the human resources frame, the political frame, and finally the symbolic frame. So we will be looking at each one of those frameworks in particular. We'll take them 1 week at a time, and in week 1 we'll be looking at the overall idea of their of the 4 frameworks and how you as a leader can use them to not only identify issues and understand organizational issues, but to provide you with a toolkit, as it were, a set of skills and actions to help you work through some of those issues. As you know from previous classes, I will be acting as your facilitator, and I will, at the beginning of every week, I'll do a short intro video, but I won't be lecturing. As you've probably already noticed, but let me stress, the workload in 650 and 670 increases. It takes a steady step up. And in addition, there is a lot of the work here in 650 and in 670 as well. A lot of the work is independent work. You will find that we will be working on parallel tracks. For example, we will be reading the Bowman and Deal text, and many of the discussion forum questions will be dealing with the Bowman and Deal text. However, the written assignments will be exclusively geared toward the development of your capstone research and your capstone paper. So time management is more important to you here in 650 than in any of your previous classes. There is a section in the intro module, where different students have offered pieces of advice, having come to the end of 650. Please take a look at that. I think you'll find all of that advice quite helpful, and you will find how often time management occurs in their advice to you. So please take a look at that. Also start by taking a look at the syllabus, which is very detailed. It outlines the work of every week. The deadlines, for the most part, are similar to previous classes that you may have had with me. The initial posts and discussion forums will be due Tuesday night, and the forums will close on Friday at midnight. So Tuesday night for the initial posts, and Friday night for 2 reply posts, 2 replies in every discussion forum, replying to 2 different of your classmates. That's Friday night deadline for that. You will find that the structure of the discussion forums is going to be a little bit different in some cases, and I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Please make sure that you have ordered the Bowman and Deal text, and make sure that you've gotten the most recent 6th edition. It was published in 2017, and it has the most up-to-date statistics and case studies. So please make sure you have the correct edition of the Bowman and Deal text. We're going to be hitting the ground running in week 1. We're going to start right off by reading in the Bowman and Deal, so don't wait until Monday to order it. Also, we will be hitting the ground running in terms of your written assignment, which will be to hand in an essay in which you outline what your expectations are in terms of your research topic for your capstone paper. There's really 2 goals, as I said, here in NMP650. The first is to really come to terms with your capstone research and your capstone paper. By the end of 650, you will have written the initial 3 to 4 sections of your capstone paper, including having identified not only your topic area, but a specific research question or questions, and the literature review, which is a significant piece of the work here in 650. And also we'll be talking about research methodology, and you will be writing about the methodology and the guiding frameworks for your research project, as well as I said about our work on the Bowman and Deal text. And in week 1, as I said, with the Bowman and Deal, we'll be talking about the use of those Bowman and Deal frameworks as tools or frames or lenses for you to guide you through analysis, through case studies. A word about the discussion forums. As I said, there will be no discussion forum leaders assigned here in 650. We're going to approach it from a little different point of view. After the week 1 assignments have been turned in and I get a better idea of where you all are headed in terms of your topic areas, I am going to be assigning coaching groups so that as we go through the discussion forums, in most weeks there will be at least one, if not two, discussion forums that the questions are directed toward those discussion forum coaching groups. And what my expectation is that your replies will be prioritized to those in your discussion forum coaching group, because you are going to be addressing issues around similar topic areas. You are certainly free to comment and question other classmates' posts, even though they may not be in your coaching group, but your priority should be to respond to and give feedback to those in your coaching groups. This is in lieu of discussion forum leaders. I think this format will serve us better. Those discussion forum coaching groups, our expectation is that they will carry through into 670, which means that you will have a sort of mini cohort here in these two classes that will offer feedback and constructive suggestions as you work your way through your research and the writing of your capstone paper. Let's see, most major assignments will have a Sunday midnight deadline, just as your expectation is from previous classes. Please, if you haven't already, go to that introduction module. I keep calling it a model, they're modules, and introduce yourself. Tell us about you, your organization, what your expectations have been here in the program, have they been met, and finally a little bit about your thinking about your capstone topic area. If you want to attach a resume, that would be wonderful, or join each other on LinkedIn. Another way for you to connect and stay in touch, particularly here in these final two classes where communication with your classmates will be really helpful to your process. Finally, in the introduction modules, there are several that pertain to writing, and I urge you to really don't bypass those, because writing, academic writing specifically, and APA is so much a part of the writing of your capstone paper that I cannot stress it enough. There is one of the modules contains 3 new APA quiz areas, quizzes that address different areas of APA citation and format. These are not graded quizzes, but they are also not easy quizzes. They should be really helpful to you in pointing out to you what you know, where your challenges are, where you need to do a little more reading in terms of your APA citation skills. Please, they will be open to you the entire 8 weeks. I urge you to start and work on them throughout the 8 weeks. Take them as many times as you want to until you get the material correct. They do appear to be graded. That's only by way of your being able to do a little self-assessment, but those grades do not fold into your final grade for the class. So please take them as many times as you want, over and over, until you feel you have mastered those APA skills. So a word about grading. You will find that the assignments, the discussion forums, all of the grading grading here in 650 is weighted. What that means is that everything has been assigned a 100-point count. But the rubrics are there posted for you in the introduction module. And also in the syllabus, you will see what the weighting structure is. What percentage of your final grade the discussion forums will be, what percentage of your final grade the literature review will be, and so on and so forth. It's all spelled out there for you in the syllabus. If you have questions, please let me know. So that leads me to the final statement here, which is to say I'm always available to you. Please send me an email here through either the Canvas system or my BayPath email, or call me. Most of you have my cell number, my mobile number, because we've spoken on the phone before. But for your reference, it is 845-380 0155. Call me, leave me a voice message, or text me. I will try to get back to you just as soon as I can with an answer. Hopefully, I have been successful in recording this with the volume loud enough for you. I will try to do an introduction to each one of the modules as you open them up. And if you have an opportunity, you might record one yourself, post it in the open forum. I love to see where students work. So if you just want to do a 2 to 3 minute tour of your study area, I think that would be great for everyone to see where you do your work when you're reading your posts in the discussion forums, to know where you are in your study area or your home or wherever. It'd be great to make those connections. Okay, thank you all, and we'll see you when we start on Monday. Thanks.